So we've come down to the TJM workshop here in Brenda. Now, the creative conversion team have finished their part, so we get a good look at the paint job, see how that came out. I've had a quick look myself earlier, and it's smick. And of course, the TJM team here are going to put the frontal protection on the front of the 200 series, so bull bar, sidebars, winch. I think there'll be some spotlights coming along, and also the rear winch on the new 200 has been set up. So let's get a look at that, eh? Well, here we are. Boys have been pretty busy. They've ripped the front bumper off, I think literally, and they've come in, they've got the winch sitting in here because that's the winch frame, as you can see here. So now the bull bar is going to come on. So we've got the new Flash 200 series bull bar. Now I've got it color coded to the same color as the car, and it's going to look pretty good. I remember when we did the white one, it come up a smick. So winch, the bull bar going on, the sidebars will go on, and that'll cover the frontal protection for the 200 here. Now you see they've got some batteries. They're going to put some new batteries in because they're going to run the IBS system. So that'll have a little display module inside, and then in here we'll run a dual battery system. So 200 series, would you believe, come with 2 batteries to start this engine. So they join the 2 together and they use that to start the engine, but they use these little batteries, these little 500 CCA batteries. So what we do is we get rid of both those 2 little batteries. We put one big deep cycle battery in one side, and then we put a cold cranking, like a 800 CCA cold cranking battery on the other side, and then that way you can turn it into a dual battery system quite easily, and that'll allow you to run something in the back. But with mine, I'm going to have batteries in the back as well, so we're going to have some more. So we'll go around the back and have a look there, eh? So I come around the back of the 200 now, and you'll see we've got the rear winch installed, we've got the control box for it. Now inside the cabin there'll be a little switch, and that operates the wireless remote. Now I don't go off the beaten track without any wireless remote. I reckon they're just sensational. But what happens is the concept canopy boys have come down, and they're now sitting the bed or the frame for the bed of the canopy. Canopy, well, that's getting spray painted around at Creative Conversions, that's right at the moment, and that should be ready to go on soon. But what they actually do here, and this is a real tricky part, is rather than welding a lot of this canopy, they weld the frame. They actually glue the floor and the sides to the frames, and that's what makes it so strong. Now we've got the Long Ranger. I think it's a 180 litre fuel tank, so that gives us 2 fuel tanks now. It can carry a total of 271 litres. That's something like 1,600 kilometres without refueling. So that makes a big deal when you're out on those bush tracks. Well, Jake, run us through, mate. Run us through this absolutely awesome rig. I see it's got this kick-ass bull bar on it.
Absolutely, mate. We've done the T13 colour-coded steel winch-compatible bar.
Winch-compatible. So you got, what have we got in here? We've got a 12,000 pounder.
We do, mate. We've got the 12,000 pound TJ winch with the synthetic rope.
Oh yeah, we like that. We like that.
We don't do good.
I know. All right. So, and of course we got the X-ray vision spotties.
We do, mate. The Brightart's X-ray HID lights.
Yeah, HID. These 2 are HID.
Both HID.
Yeah.
Mate. Matched up with the Brightart's also LED light bars.
Yeah, I see that on the corners. What are they for shooting? I don't know. Kangaroos on the side.
Must be, mate. So you can see around corners.
Haha, that's it. This is the new one, isn't it?
That is, mate. That's the new Brighthart 60 watt spread spot combination.
Oh yeah, I see that. You've got the spread on the outside and all the spot in the middle. Oh, that's a pure white light, isn't it?
They are, mate. They are unreal.
Awesome, awesome. All right, so I can see we've got an aerial. So I think we've got a UHF radio in there somewhere.
We do, mate. Absolutely. Mate, down the back we've got another 12,000 pound TJM winch.
Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that, mate.
I don't want to have to roll my truck pulling your ass out now. You get the bloody self out.
That's it. So the same as what's in the front.
Absolutely, mate.
Is in the back.
With the synthetic rope again. Nice little control box tucked away there neatly for you.
Oh, is it all remote?
It's all remote, mate, with TJM remote controls.
Mate, that's gold. A rear winch in the back of the 200. I think there's only 2 in existence. Simon's going to be driving one, and I'm going to be driving the second one.
Everyone's going to want one of them.
Oh, that is gold. Oh, this is a trick truck. This is a sick piece of gear. This is
Looking good.
I think we got exhaust here, haven't we? Chip and exhaust?
Absolutely, mate. We've done the pedal torque, exhaust and chip on this.
Yeah, the torque it.
Torque it, yep.
There's something like 200 horses hanging around the rear wheels there somewhere.
Yep, you'll be able to hear you coming from a mile away, mate.
Yeah, Simon's a bit of a cowboy. He likes horses.
Good. Can't beat horse there.
Alright, check this out, Jose. You're going to love this, mate.
Oh, 2 compressors.
Twin TJM compressors running off an air tank.
Yeah, where's the air tank?
The air tank's tucked up neatly behind the
Ah,
tray.
yeah.
Running 120 pound all the time.
Yeah.
We've got independent switching on both compressors for when you want both of them running when you're doing your tyres. And when the truck's on all the time, you'll have one running doing your airbags in the back.
That's gold. That's absolutely gold. You'd almost be able to run air tools off it.
You can, mate. You absolutely can. At 120 pound, you'll be able to run another one like this.
That's some pretty neat work going on there. Twin TJM compressors. I'm going to need it to pump up those big 35s that I run.
Here, mate.
Whoa. Hey. The Waco. Don't get your 65 litre CFX, mate. Pretty cool. Oh, we've got an inverter and stuff over there. Let's have a look around the other side. So this is where all the action happens on this side here. What I've got here is I've got a red arc lithium battery charger. So this truck has been set up with the new lithium batteries, which means 1/3 of the weight, twice the power. Insane new technology. So lithium batteries, 280 amp hours of lithium batteries. Now I've got solar on the roof, pump power in. I've got a lithium battery charger if I need to hook up the generator. And of course I've got the car itself, which runs on the DC to DC red arc lithium battery charger. Now in the front of the truck I've got a separate system, which is a lead acid battery, so dual battery in the front, and that runs a DC to DC red arc battery charger as well, and they're 40 amps. That means I turn the car on and 40 amps starts charging into my batteries if they're flat. Awesome system, awesome setup, everything at a finger touch, which is the way to go. You need to be able to access all that really easily when you're out in the bush. You want to charge up camera batteries, all that sort of stuff, and that's why we need so much power. And there's even an inverter sitting up there, 1500 watt red arc inverter.
Mate, this is all very flat. What's the most important thing that you need on this truck?
I'll tell you what the most important thing is, suspension. Because without suspension, you're not going to go far, are you?
No.
Oh, and an engine. But
What-
yeah, look.
What do we got under there, mate? What do we
Well, we put that. Remember, we put that 2-inch suspension lift straight off the shelf, right? 2-inch, 200 series, EFS, XTR shock absorbers. You got the heavy-duty rear shocks, and then we got these coils. So there's a set of coils in the rear and a set of coils sitting over those struts in the front. And don't forget those torsion bars we put in. We had to change the A-arms on the top so that we could bring the wheel alignment back in. But I'll tell you what, I would not go. This truck, the amount of weight and the amount of gear we carry,
where we're about to take it?
mate, you wouldn't leave home without the suspension, would you? So there you go.
Pretty good, pretty good.
It is one hell of a truck. So let's get her out on the tracks and give her a whirl.